Hello everyone, this is Yash Vasant, Executive Director, BNI Ahmedabad. This is my first attempt at sending a video out, especially for all of those that don't enjoy the long drawn out emails. So once again, a huge congratulations to all of us for a phenomenal symposium put up this past weekend, and a special thanks to everyone that participated in the event as partners, as coordinators, or all of us as members and our families that took part in the event. First, I'd like to start off by giving a special thanks to two people that had missed out in my email yesterday. Mr. Akshay Sethia from Design Brains, who was responsible for setting up our website and all of the registrations that were done for Symposium. Over 6 or 7,000 of them were handled by Akshay. So thank you so much for assisting with the process. And Mohit Loda from Alexandros and Vanilla the Cake Shop was our dessert partner. And thank you for giving us those tasty, tasty desserts at the end of a great dinner at Symposium. So thank you to the both of you. As we come to close the symposium, I wanted to speak to all of us as a region and tell us that picture to bhi baki hai. The symposium was just a segue into what it is that we really want to do as BNI Ahmedabad, and I wanted to draw all our attentions to the larger picture. The larger picture for BNI Ahmedabad has not been to create a large member pool or to throw large events such as a symposium. Both of these were just means to achieving the end, and here's the end. The end for BNI Ahmedabad is to really change and affect the way that BNI that Ahmedabad does business. And in order to change the way that Ahmedabad does business, the way forward, as far as I'm concerned, is power teams. Power teams are not a simple concept. If you look at it for its face value, they seem simple. But once you really get into them, you're really trying to change and adapt to the way that you've been looking at your clients or your customers or your staff and your suppliers. Power teams really, if done properly, will change the way we do business and that our entire city does business. As far as power teams are concerned, here's my analysis and here's what we need to do to proceed for 2016, for the entire year of 2016 before Symposium 2017. Currently, as I see it, a lot of us may not be clear about the power team concept as it stands, and if we have power teams already formed, they don't necessarily need to be absolutely perfect, and there are certain changes which need to be made, and if need to be made, they should be made now. Here's what I mean by that. So first, a big thank you for all the power team stalls and all the members that got a power team stall at the symposium, because without you there would be no event. And the power team stalls that we got, and for those that did not get the power team stalls, or for those that are in power teams or are not in power teams at all currently and they're newer members, let me explain the concept of a power team in a very, very brief and simple manner, and I hope that assists in recreating or reforming some of the power teams that exist. For instance, a power team does not mean, so an industrial power team does not mean that all the industries or manufacturers in the chapter get together and they start doing business with one another or to one another. That's not a power team. An industrial power team means a group of people who cater to a particular industry or a particular manufacturing unit or zone. So essentially, let's take an example. Do you think that a massage therapist and a wealth manager is a power team? If you answer that in your head, the answer is yes, because think about the clients for a wealth manager. These guys are stressing about their wealth and they're putting their wealth in place and they're ensuring that their business and their money is well taken care of, which essentially leads to a certain amount of stress, which requires a massage therapist. Both of these clients are 100% interchangeable, and this is a power team. It has nothing to do with the similarity between the businesses that we do or have as a member. It simply has to do with the similarity between the clients that we have and that we can share. So essentially, I have 50 clients, you may have 50 clients, but if we're in a power team and our clients can very easily give business to each of us, then we're a power team. A power team, once again, does not mean that you are in similar businesses. It means that you're catering to the same client. Okay. So if any of us currently feel that there is a requirement for change, or if there's no requirement for change, here's a 3-step process that we need to implement in our chapters. Number one, post our meetings next week. All of us should stay back. If you have the time, please stay back as a chapter and look at the power teams that we are currently placed in and the power teams that are currently formed. They may not be the best power teams that could have been formed, and there is space for reform. If there is any space for alteration, and if you do feel that it's not fitting the concept, or after doing the stall you realize ki this wasn't the best power team. We couldn't generate, we couldn't sell as a team. If we couldn't sell as a team, then I promise you there is a change required. So first step is to evaluate and see if there's a change required. Second step, if there's a change required, then make the change and get your approval of your power team coordinators and your chapter directors. And the third step is to ensure that all of us realize that a power team meeting should happen once a month, so every 15 days or so. This is when you get together at your time and form your own structures, but know that there is a structure. A power team meeting is a mini BNI meeting. So what I mean by that is that there is a set time, there's an agenda, there's a fixed place, there's a fixed morning hour that you meet. Visitors are allowed. You have rules of the game. For instance, there's an attendance policy, there's a substitution policy. You can have an 8-minute presenter. But if we do, so that's how you run a power team meeting. And I promise you, if you run your power team meetings like this, it's not only going to affect your businesses as you do them currently, but at the same time it's going to impact your chapters, because now as all of us are large chapters, we will start realizing that these are the holes in our power teams which we can then fill, add to the power of the chapter in terms of our referral partners, and very focusedly find the best person for that chapter to currently fit in. And this is how the selection process for your membership committee can also be fine-tuned. So with that, I hope that helps with the power team selection process and gives us a vision for 2016. Thank you so much for listening. Once again, this is Yash Vasant signing off.